While I was right outside, hidden in a surveillance vehicle, recording up to 20 people an hour, walking into 103 St. Catherine with wads of cash, walking out with small wrapped packages, or filling a syringe and injecting heroin right there, this man was one of the customers.
I injected, a normal amount that I would normally inject, and it took me out immediately the minute I did it, and died, basically.
He was one of the 11 overdoses there in 5 months. In fact, he OD'd on back-to-back days. The second one should have killed him.
They had to do CPR and put tubes down my throat and everything to get me back. Narcan didn't work, so I was in the hospital for 6 days.
He asked us to conceal his identity and alter his voice because he says he would be killed for what he's telling us.
We have one apartment where there's a lady that sells heroin, fentanyl, and meth, and there's people there using, it's kind of like a little flop house. And then another apartment there is what they call plug, is the guy that supplies the heroin. And the people there, if they'll take anything. So if you have $10, $15, if you have guns, if you have food stamps, if people go and they boost and steal and bring stuff there to trade.
He says the Atlanta supplier is often inside, and after being in operation here for over a year, doesn't have much fear.
They're armed and they're ready. They have contingency plans in place. So, and if they do get locked up, they're going to be able to make bail, believe me. They make thousands and thousands of dollars a day there. I mean, if you've seen 20 people in 1 hour, that's 1 hour. And if I can go there and buy a gram to an ounce, that's a lot of drugs. So the rabbit hole's deep, That's not like a small fish in a big pond, you know what I mean? It's a big fish.
I saw police at the place a couple times, but I see only one arrest in that area over the past 6 months on LMPD Crime Tracker for a vehicle break-in. This is what the assistant chief said at the time of my first report.
If we stop someone leaving a place with narcotics, generally we can arrest them, we can cite them, but if we do arrest them, they're out within a matter of 4 to 6 hours. And then when you start looking into the actual people selling the drugs, the drug dealers, generally, and this isn't all cases, but generally we have to arrest these folks numerous times before they get any prison time or there's any consequences.
Where there's hundreds and hundreds of cars that go by every day. The police go by there every day. They know what's going on there. So it's like, how is this happening?
The man I interviewed is in rehab right now. He said the other heroin hotspot in town isn't far away, just down the street here at Ormsby and Floyd. So I spent some time right here, secretly watching and recording. Again, up to 20 people an hour coming and going from 312 Ormsby. Cash out, hand-to-hand transactions out front. Cars pull up all day, and exchanges are made through the windows. Sometimes it's so busy, they fan out and serve 2 cars at a time. Here, the guy on the right digs into his pocket and serves a drive-through customer out in the middle of the street, while the person on the left takes a hit of something in a glass tube from the other car. Same street where cops drive by, and on the rare occasion when someone isn't home, the customers pile up out front waiting.
It's easier to buy heroin than it is for me to go buy cigarettes at Thornton's at First and Broadway.
A neighbor tells me he has seen everything here from 20 people at a time dealing and doing drugs to a woman dead in the doorway. He doesn't mention the syringes and orange caps littering the ground around the house. While the drive-through lane at 312 Ormsby was staying busy daily, all the drivers passing by above on I-65 got introduced to the house on April 15th when it went up in smoke and flames. Suddenly, a different kind of crowd out front, 50 firefighters, unknowingly trying in vain to save a place that one of its former customers says was burning a hole of misery into the souls of the addicted and plenty of other people too.
The crime goes way deeper in the pain and suffering rather than service level, the things that people are doing to go there and give him money for the drugs, so you got people selling their bodies, doing things to their family, stealing from the community, breaking in places, robbing people. Heroin is one of the only drugs that you will kill for that I know of.
One thing did not get scorched in the fire, the makeshift homicide memorial a few feet away, marking the spot where a man was shot to death months earlier.